That's why I just started yelling at my doctor. You're a teepee, you're a wigwam. You're a teepee, you're a wigwam. Oh, wait, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam. He said, relax, man, you're too crazy, or something like that. Oh, hello there. Welcome to 2025.
Maybe you said you were intense.
Nah, that's not it.
All right.
Thanks for joining us once again for this, the 153rd episode of the Drunk Doctor Who podcast.
Yep. I'm Hatter. This is Holden.
That's me.
All right.
Wherein we discuss
the Happiness Patrol.
153rd serial.
Yep. Story of Doctor Who. 3 episodes.
We still just have the one companion, Ace.
Yep.
We have a load of villains.
Well, the Happiness Patrol. That's a big villain. Also,
Kandy Man.
Kandy Man with a K. Kandy Man with a K. 2 words. And Fifi.
Fifi.
Alright, so anyway, here's the DVD. If you want to pause the video and make it large, you can see the Kandy Man right here.
You want me to walk it up there?
And right there.
What do they call him? Polka dot face?
Pimple face, I think.
There's the,
What are you doing?
Getting the thumbnail. For the
Okay.
video.
Alright.
There you go.
Anyway, one of the more infamous bad guys in Doctor Who because he's a giant creature made out of candy. And he likes killing people, especially with sweets, when he makes them too much for the human body to take, to be able to stand.
I think that's just a lot of big talk for he smothers them in candy. Right?
Oh. Okay. So.
Oh, our air date. That was
Yep.
November 2nd?
Today is the 4th. Yes, November 2nd to November 16th.
Ooh.
11/2 to 11/16. And today is the 14th of January of 2025. Welcome to another year of Drunk Doctor Who.
A whole other year?
Yep. Alright. Well, okay. Just a few notes about this. It's not a great serial.
Not at all.
Yeah,
In fact, I think I have a new least favorite.
Wait till we get to Ghost Light. Alright. Anyway. Which I finally saw the other day for like the 5th or 6th time, and I finally understand it. But it's twice as frenetic as this one is. So, this one feels like there should have been at least a 4th episode, because it's only 3. And it's like, cut to here, cut to here, cut to here. How does the Doctor know their names? Never shown. How does this guy do this? Never shown. How do they capture this person? Never shown. So much of stuff just jumping around.
Well, honestly, none of it makes any sense to me at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to watch your recap.
The explanation. Okay. Alright. So the Doctor and Ace land the TARDIS on Terra Alpha.
Terra Alpha.
Which is
Great name for a planet.
It's sort of a far-flung colony. Apparently, this is one in a decently long line of Doctor Who dystopian serials, much like the Paradise Towers and Vengeance on Varos, both of which are very dystopian, and both of which are within the last 3-4 years of Doctor Who.
Both of which are much better than this one.
Yes, particularly Vengeance on Varos.
That one was a good one.
Yeah.
This one didn't make any sense.
Okay, so if you ever played the role-playing game Paranoia, you have within the name of the characters their rank. Okay? So...
Forgot my water.
Oh, go get your water.
Oh, you're right. Explain this for you.
Okay, so in Paranoia it's based off the colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, and then of course Ultraviolet. In this serial, same type of dystopian society, same type of if you're not happy they will kill you, because there is a happiness officer in Paranoia. In fact, it feels like they ripped the whole thing off of the role-playing game. Unless the role-playing game, the whole thing off of this. I don't know. I'll have to see which came first, the chicken or the egg. I think the role-playing game, though. Anyway, so in this, the second letter, you have the first name and then a letter, which in Paranoia is Roy G. Biv for the ranks. In this, it's by the letters of the alphabet. So Helen is Helen A. She's the Supreme Commander, the only person at that position. And her husband is C. And it keeps going down from there. So you can be, Henry I, and like one guy gets bumped down to Henry V. Because this determines your rank in society and how much power and authority you wield. Basically, you can tell anybody of ranks below you what to do. And there are people who don't even have ranks. They're just called drones, which would be ultraviolets in, infrareds in Paranoia. Alright. I explained how the letters in their name, Helen A, meant she was top rank.
And she had the A insignia?
Yeah, she had it on her, she wore it on her sleeve, yeah.
I wrote a book like that.
And all the way down...
Stood for adultery, I think.
Yes. But the scarlet letter, yeah. But it goes all the way down from there. So your rank in society and you can boss other people around are based on that letter. So you can move up and you can move down. Like the one guy used to be Henry I or whatever.
You gotta move down.
Down to Henry V, yeah. Anyway, so in this dystopian paranoia-esque society, if you are found to be less than happy or glad, they will kill you. And it's shown pretty much right off the bat.
Yeah, we have, not on screen, shown off screen because on screen execution's not happy. Except for Fifi, we see die on screen. Spoiler.
Fifi dies on screen. The guy coming out of the fondue surprise.
Yeah, he was definitely dead.
Yeah, well he kind of twitches there at the end a little bit. So you basically see him die on screen. Yeah, lots of deaths. Most of them off screen.
About 500,000.
Yeah, so...
colony members.
Yeah,
Long list. That's like 100,000 per month. Wasn't it 5-6 months?
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, about 83,000 a month. Okay, yeah, so Helen A was told by a galactic center at some point to reduce the population. So she goes crazy and she decides she wants everybody to be happy. She doesn't love anyone or anything, and she doesn't like sadness or pity or any of that, mercy. And she decides the best way to control the population is to kill anyone who's not happy. And she ends up killing 17% of the population.
Yeah.
Over 500,000 of them. Which means that in total, prior to her killing everybody, there would have been about 2,700,000 people. And now there's 2,200,000 people, which is a large chunk of the population.
You know what threw me is I think most serials have what you call logic and dialogue, direction.
This one was very spurious, yeah.
They just... I don't get it, man.
Yeah. Not the best serial. It's, like I said, kind of infamous, especially the bad guy.
Yeah, what even was that?
So the doctor is trying to get to the head lady, this Helen A. And his plan is to get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
So that he can get to her. And he and Ace arrested. Okay. While they're arrested... Oh, no, we see other deaths on screen. The guy at the slot machine thing.
Yeah, he gets zapped.
He was zapped very much on screen.
So their dialogue back... Does that ever... Well, I guess we'll get there.
Okay.
Do they call it... They don't call it arrest, because arrest is sad.
It's a waiting area.
Waiting area. No prisons. It's hard for them to get arrested. But
Yeah.
not really. They do it right away, so I don't know why they said that.
Yeah. Well, because they weren't wearing badges.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are from off-world, you had to have a badge, and you were called Sigma. Your last name was Sigma.
Yeah.
The Greek letter, not the
Trevor Sigma.
English letter. Yeah.
No nicknames. He runs into the survey guy. Is that before they get arrested?
Yes, I think so. But then later on afterwards.
Yeah, we see him again.
Couple interesting characters. Trevor Sigma, the survey guy. And what was the name of the jazz musician?
Earl.
Earl Sigma.
Yeah.
Because everyone...
He's off-world.
Yeah, he's off-world too. Couple interesting characters. Those two. P. What was his name?
Priscilla P?
No. The undercover guy who had gotten 47 people killed.
Oh. Silas P.
Silas P. Yeah. Yeah, all these people turn on each other. It's
Sniffing out those killjoys.
Yeah. All these killjoys, and we've got to kill the killjoys so there's no sadness on the planet. It's a lot like that, like you say, Paranoia role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like that Twilight Zone episode where the little boy wanted everything he wanted and he wanted everybody to be happy, so you had to be happy around him or he would turn you into a houseplant or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, black and white.
Didn't they make a full-length movie about that one?
I don't remember. But they parodied it in The Simpsons.
Something about Superman when he's a child was a horror movie?
Oh, yeah, they recut something to make it look like a horror movie.
Oh, Child of the Corn
Yeah.
Maze. That one. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So anyway, the Doctor and Ace manage to get away on a go-kart that's rigged to blow up out of the waiting zone.
So it's just set there and it's booby-trapped.
Yeah.
And they assume it's booby-trapped.
Right. He goes, what do you do if we get on that? Nothing. Nothing. You're right, Ace. It's booby-trapped.
So why was there a booby-trapped go-kart in the waiting area?
So they wouldn't have to execute the people if they tried to take off. They would execute themselves.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, the Doctor and Ace get separated after they escape on the go-kart because Ace gets caught up by the Happiness Patrol.
Yeah.
The Doctor manages to bump back into that British guy.
Trevor?
Yeah,
Sigma?
Trevor Sigma. And he manages to go talk to Helen.
I gotta say, you're actually making this make a lot more sense than what I got.
Well, I'm kind of stringing together what happened and leaving out the things that didn't need to be there.
Which was, I feel like most of it, right?
Which is weird because there's so much other stuff that feels like they left out. It feels like there was a fourth episode and they cut it down to 3.
It moves at quite a clip. I think that's why I didn't follow it at all.
Wait till we get to Ghostlight.
Yay! Is that our next one?
No. Ghostlight feels like the last episode should have been 4.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. I finally understand it, but it's messed up. It's just in that last episode. It's like, okay, let's run over here and deal with this. Oh, let's run over here and deal with this. Let's run over here and let this deal with itself. Oh, look, he killed himself. Okay. It's just run, done.
Yeah. There's a lot of running in this one.
Yeah.
In prison, out of prison, into the pipes, out of the pipes.
Yep. So Doctor talks to Helen. She assumes because he's with Trevor Sigma, that he is from the Galactic Center.
The survey, yeah.
Galactic Center survey. And he's like, okay. And the Doctor's putting together what's going on, and she tells him, she killed the sad people because population control.
Overpopulation.
She wanted everybody to be happy, yada yada yada. And
no dark clothing.
Yep. no walking in the rain alone without an umbrella.
Yes.
No sad music.
Yeah.
What were the? No public displays of grief.
Yeah. No crying.
Yeah, and they have, and we get to see a couple executions like that. And she executed the guy's family.
With Kandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Where she shocks him with the arcade machine.
Yep. So the doctor bumps into, what's his name? Tony Sigma? The jazz musician.
Trevor? Oh, Earl?
Earl Sigma. Bumps into Earl Sigma. They go to meet the Kandy Man.
He operates in a gray area because his music's not sad, it's melancholy.
Yes. But it's kind of happy melancholy. Yeah.
So that's a loophole we found in the system.
Every time the Happiness Patrol came by, he went to more upbeat music and they put a smiley face on him.
Yeah, the sticker.
Yeah. Said smile and all that. The doctor and Earl confront the Kandy Man. They get trapped there. And the doctor manages to, end of episode 1. Episode 2, the doctor manages to get the Kandy Man to knock lemonade bottle.
With a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lemonade adhesives the Kandy Man's
Because it's made out of
candy feet. He's a robotic a candy robot.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird. The doctor manages to stick his feet to the ground with the lemonade, and they get out of there. They go into the tunnels, the pipes underneath everything, and they bump into
rat people?
Something like that?
The indigenous population of the planet before the settlers came were these
they're
tribal rat people. They got driven underground and now live in the pipe system.
If you play Everdell, they look a bit like Rugwort. But there's literally no picture of them anywhere on the Blu-ray.
No, they're not featured.
Yeah.
They're prominent.
Okay. In the meantime, you find out that Helen has this pet Rottweiler or something called Fifi. Looks like a wolf with a whole bunch of teeth.
Like a weird possum-looking thing.
Yeah. But it's big. Ace gets Ace was already captured. She gets sent, like I said, you feel like they skipped a bunch of scenes. She gets taken and she meets, what's her face?
Priscilla P? Or Daisy K? Nope.
Priscilla P.
Susan Q.
Susan Q. Alright. She meets Susie Q. Like the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. She meets Susan Q. And Susan Q pours out her life story to Ace for some reason. Like I said, you get the feeling there's a big chunk missing there. And says, you know what, let me help you escape. Apparently, Ace was going to be on this television program, much like the ones in Vengeance on Varos.
The Happiness Patrol tryouts.
And if she didn't do well, she would die. But she didn't have any entertaining skills. So Susie Q lets her go, escape.
A miraculous magical escape was her skill.
No, miraculous survival. She survived would be a miracle.
Oh yeah.
So she's just given up on everything. She doesn't want to be a Happiness Patrol person anymore, Susie. And Ace gets away, but then Ace gets caught again, and then Susie gets caught and put with her back in the waiting area, which is where we saw the other guy die earlier. But it's a different waiting area.
Yes.
Because the waiting area moves
depending on the time of day.
Hour of the night. Yeah. No.
So that way it's not a prison. Because prisons are sad.
Yeah.
And those aren't allowed. Any sad industrial complexes.
Okay. They get away eventually again. And eventually the little rat people hear Ace yelling about Gordon Bennett. And we had to look this up, but we've heard Ace say that before, Gordon Bennett, but she says it a lot in this episode, in this story. And Gordon Bennett apparently, for those of you who haven't looked it up, is an exclamation of surprise, amazement, or bewilderment for British people.
Yeah, I thought he was like a baseball player or someone.
I always thought he was somebody.
Yeah.
Apparently he's not.
You know how you say a baseball player's name or a football player's name? Bortles.
Okay.
Kobe.
Yeah.
But it's just a very British exclamation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we say Geronimo when we jump out of airplanes,
Geronimo.
you know. But he was a real person. I don't know if Gordon Bennett was actually a real person or not.
Huh. That's a good question.
Yeah. Or it might have been a fictional character, like who is John Galt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Anyway, so the rat people take a shining to Ace because she yells wicked in Gordon Bennett. They think she's Gordon Bennett. The doctor and the jazz musician run into the rat people, and then once again, there seems to be another missing scene where the doctor introduces himself properly, and he gets their names because he keeps calling them by their names later, but we never have that scene.
Yes.
Okay. But they do tell him that Ace is brave and a captive, and then he's like, "Yep, sounds like Ace to me, both captive and brave."
Yeah. Sounds like most companions. Except for Turlo.
Yeah,
Just captive.
He wasn't brave, yeah. Oh no, once again, I like Harry. Harry was never really super scared. He just did what the doctor told him, you know. He wasn't super brave. He was just there, you know.
Just there.
Just there to help out.
He's a very average companion.
Okay, so...
do you want to cover my question for episode 1?
Sure.
Okay. It is, why? Just why? And then for episode 2, my question was, what? Just what? If you like, we can cover episode 3's question.
How? Just how?
Is, oh dear goodness, for the love of television, what's going on?
Oh man.
Yeah. And so far you've been answering those pretty well. It's starting to come together.
Okay. Alright. So the only thing that Helen loves is the dog thing, Fifi. Fifi. In fact, she's got her husband, but she doesn't seem to love him at all, and he doesn't seem to love her at all. He's just kind of a yes man. Yes,
very
dear.
much so. Yes,
dear. But she's looking at a binder of photographs, and it's all her and Fifi. It's like okay. Anyway, there's some people who are called drones or flatlanders, and
those are the rat people.
No. Those are the ones in the black.
The dark clothes. Oh, I thought those were the killjoys.
Well, they're called killjoys by the Happiness Patrol.
Droning about.
Right, but they're working in the factories, and apparently, they are considered, much like the Hunger Games, to be of less value than the people in Capital City.
Proletariat.
The proles.
Prolets.
Yeah. To use 1984 stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. So, anyway, these guys are going around, and there's a couple of snipers ready to kill them.
The working class.
Yeah.
It's like blue collar, white collar.
Yeah.
It's like the people that order DoorDash and the people that deliver DoorDash.
Well, you can do both. He worked DoorDash today. All right.
That's me.
So, and I ordered Uber Eats.
You're doing well. There you go. You've made it.
All right. So, anyway, the doctor confronts these two men, and they are very much complaining because everyone in the Happiness Patrol is female.
Yes.
And apparently men in the society are second class to the women.
They're the workers.
Yeah, very much a matriarchal society. And the one guy's complaining because they've got the good guns and he always gets the crappy guns.
Yeah, so they. What was their job? They're just sniping for killjoys? It's just up on the balcony.
Waiting for anyone to kill.
Yeah. And then until the doctor confronts them.
Right, and convinces him that he's willing to kill people out there, but when somebody's in his face
to face,
face, looking in your eyes, the guy wasn't willing to, wasn't ready to kill him like that.
Yeah,
because he seemed more
personal.
Yeah, personal,
up close.
But once again, these are two characters that were interesting and give you some background, but they just didn't need to be in this at all.
Yeah, I don't even think they even had names.
No. So anyway, the doctor finds out that Ace is going to be executed, and he runs back to try and save her by having the Kandy Man reroute the fondue. Surprise. So it doesn't execute her.
Yes.
Okay.
They make the deal to unstick him from the lemonade. What is
right?
It?
He probably uses seltzer. He probably uses seltzer, but they never explain that. In the meantime,
that's why I missed it.
Yeah. In the meantime, Ace is running around in the bottom area with one of the rat guys, and they wind up where the execution by strawberry fondue of Susie Q is about to take place.
Mm-hmm.
And the rat guy immediately goes down and back into the pipes. They're running from Fifi. They throw some Nitro 9 at it, but apparently didn't kill Fifi. The execution
very
gets stopped.
durable. She has a few bandages.
Yeah.
Heals very quickly. Same episode, they take the bandages off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Ace's Nitro.
Yeah.
Which
apparently
like
it wasn't a direct hit.
Okay.
It looked like Fifi just had a bit of a concussion. Yeah, a concussive blast rather than
a sprained wrist.
Or anything. The Fifi puppet is very creepy.
Very creepy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they put a small child in it, you think?
It's probably like a Muppet where you got somebody with his hand up it, just maneuvering it around.
Was it supposed to be bigger than it looked?
I don't know.
Well, it's in that cage, so we do see it next to it. It was a large puppet.
Yeah, but what a horrible person. She kept it in a cage that was barely able to contain it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might explain some of the pet's personality.
True. Alright. So, anyway, Ace is okay. The doctor is confronted by Kandy Man. Kandy Man's like, oh, now I'm going to kill you because, I saved your friend. I'm a Kandy Man of my word. But now I'm going to kill you. And the doctor reshoots lemonade at him, at his feet.
Luckily, yeah, he brought both canisters with him.
Yeah. Well, he grabbed
them.
He grabbed the lemonade directly out of the Helen A's husband's hand.
Yeah.
C? What was his name?
Kandy Man. Gilbert M?
No.
Helen A. Daisy Q. I don't think we ever got the husband's name. Joseph C?
Yes, Joseph C.
Oh.
Right out of Joseph C's hand as he's trying to give some more lemonade to Trevor of Sigma, yeah. And they're like, what a strange man. But, the doctor came prepared.
I have like a sneeze coming on. I think I scared it away.
Okay.
It was like a when it's building?
Oh, yeah.
And then you say something and it gets scared and it goes back in.
No, not about the scared part.
You can't...
I don't know. I've had times where I was about to sneeze and it just...
Yeah.
Right.
So that one was afraid.
Okay. Alright. Anyway, so... Where's the end of episode 2?
It's when they write on the audition poster, rest in
Oh,
peace,
yeah. So,
because the lady, who we never get her name, doesn't make it in the tryouts.
Yeah. So the doctor, she's a poster being put up of Ace and this other lady, who are going to these tryouts, and the doctor knocks on this guy's door, and he's really surly. All the men in this, except for John C, are all pretty surly, because I think partly because they're on the bottom end of society, and because anyone in a place where you have to fake to be happy all the time is going to be very, very, very grumpy and barely happy, because you hate being forced to be that cosmetic, you know?
And I think they have a diet that mainly consists of candy.
Yeah.
Which can't be healthy. Which is surprising why they're all so thin.
I don't think they get much of it.
They're too busy using the bulk of the supply to smother people in fondant.
Yep. Okay, so then this Happiness Patrol lady comes by and writes R.I.P. on the other lady's poster. And the doctor's like, ooh. End of episode 2.
Yep. Episode 3, we find out Fifi's alive. Takes the bandages off. Helen A's happy.
Yep.
That's her baby.
Because Fifi's good.
There's something about teams or symbiotic relationships. So, like, we get that with the Kandy Man and Gilbert M.
Yes. So
I need you and you need me.
Right. Gilbert M is a very interesting character in this piece. He is working with the Kandy Man in the Candy Kitchens, with a K for candy and with a K for kitchens. And you find out that Gilbert M created the Kandy Man. He invented it. He used to be on a different planet, and he was working in the laboratories and actually made a germ that wiped out half the population, so they exiled him.
Whew.
So
I missed that exposition.
So he wound up on Terra Alpha, and apparently they let him be a mad scientist again, and he created the Kandy Man. And the Kandy Man apparently is what propelled Helen A to the top of the heap, because he did all of her dirty work for her. And then she was able to make all the happiness patrols, and, you know, how tyranny goes in a downward spiral, you know. People keep disappearing because they're killed, because they're not happy, and all that other stuff. So, yeah, downward spiral. Anyway, he's always arguing with the Kandy Man, and he's always angry and surly at it and all that. And he says, you know, you need me, and I need me, so don't kill me. And the Kandy Man's like, ah. And you find out later it's because he invented the Kandy Man.
Mm-hmm. And then we have that same sort of relationship, except on a lighter note with Helen A.
And Fifi. And Fifi, but also her husband, John C.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Except they don't seem to like each other as much.
No. But she loves Fifi. So...
Ace is... Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Ace was being sent to be executed.
Yeah, she's sent to perform on TV, and if she didn't...
So...
But they never make it there.
The doctor makes it to the stage first and takes a break to start singing, which summons Earl, the harmonica player.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when they take...
Well, the Happiness Patrol shows up with Ace and Susie Q, and the doctor's whole response is, you can't kill me, I'm too happy. We're all going to be happy.
Yeah, and then you have the drones marching in, and they're all pretending to be happy.
Right, and apparently this is what he told Earl to do, but you miss any explanation for it because they don't explain that part. So, all these drones and the doctor and Ace and Susie are all super happy. So, the Happiness Patrol is kind of angry because they're not getting to kill anybody when they were going to be killing people, and they end up turning on each other.
Yes, the doctor points out that they're the ones that are the killjoys.
Yeah. That allows the doctor, Ace, Susie, and I think Earl to all get away in the go-kart contraption.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The full-size one.
Right. Now this is another part where this last episode should have been 2. Immediately in rapid succession, you find out that the Happiness Patrol is turning on each other. There's infighting. Factories are starting to fall. The drones are taking over places. The guards are starting to work with the drones. And the whole regime is falling apart immediately. Then Helen decides to bail. She sent Fifi down to try and kill the doctor and them before all this happened. Mm-hmm. This time, Fifi gets killed by a whole ton of crystallized sugar.
Yeah.
From the pipe was used.
Gets Earl to
play the right note. I think it was a C in the end.
Collapses the sugar, crushes Fifi.
Mm-hmm.
How does Fifi end up back on the surface?
We don't know. Crawled that way? I don't know. Maybe one of the rat things just wanted it out from down there. I don't know.
That's fair.
Once again, not explained. And in rapid succession, the Doctor and Ace confront the Kandy Man. They take one of the gas ovens and make it fire at him. He just runs into one of the pipes himself. Mm-hmm. And then he's running around, and eventually the fondue gets him. And his corpse, heap of metal bones just kind of show up.
Yeah, melts down his gushy innards.
Yeah, the metal part, all the gushies are gone.
The metal stuff is left, and a few of the polka dots from his face, I think I saw there.
Yeah, so the Kandy Man's dead. Helen's about to be overthrown, and she makes a break for her shuttle, but her shuttle had already taken off, and in it you see Gilbert M. Mm-hmm. and her husband John C. Mm-hmm. And John's like, "Oh, bye-bye."
Yeah.
They take off.
There's a lot of confusion in this.
Yeah,
like how the Doctor turns the gunman's logic on themselves. He turns Trevor Sigma's logic on himself.
Well, once again, just like the role-playing game Paranoia, there's a lot of spurious logic, which is what all that is.
Yes. But it's weird that Helen didn't know the pilot of the escape pod was her husband, Joseph C. She goes, "Who's the pilot?" And
who's the captain?
Who's the captain? Yeah. I don't know. It's just very rushed.
Yeah.
At one point, I was asking myself, why would they cancel Doctor Who? It was such a popular show. Now I know why. Because if I was head of the BBC, I saw one of these episodes.
They were trying to kill it for years, ever since the hiatus under the previous Doctor. Mm-hmm. This is 3 seasons beyond where the BBC wanted it to be,
I think they're on a ton of acid when they wrote this. All sorts of drugs were involved in the
Wait till next season where they never really show the inside of the TARDIS because the set is too dilapidated.
Oh, in the dim lighting? Right?
There's one where it's a backdrop of roundels, mm-hmm. but they don't. That's all they show you, and the rest of the season you don't see the inside at all.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Yeah. Anyway, so Helen tries to leave. She sees Fifi, the only thing she ever loved apparently, and she breaks down crying.
Yeah.
Even after she'd already said that love. She never thought much of love, but she loves Fifi. And
she goes on this big long rant about how she just wants to be surrounded by people that hold themselves together, are happy, that don't cry.
They have control.
And that there's still place for love. And then she sees the dead Fifi dog thing, rat, possum. And then she cries because she loved it.
And then the Doctor and Ace
That's about
leave.
it. Yeah, they paint the TARDIS blue again.
Because it got painted pink. Because apparently pink was the color for everything.
Yeah. Blue was sad.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Pink is
it's
happy.
a very matriarchal society, and blue is corresponded with male, and pink is corresponded with female, so maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it.
I did like their outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy clown wigs and
The makeup and
the trench coats.
Oh,
Strange.
man. Okay, so what did you think of the Happiness Patrol?
Terrible. I hated it. It is my new least favorite cereal, I think.
Yeah, okay, so in the old days, they would stretch things out, and you'd get 7, 8, sometimes 10, 12 parters, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they were really stretched out. There are a few, there are some 6-parters that really needed to be 6 parts, or 7-parters that really need to be 7 parts, right? Mm-hmm. Like Genesis of the Daleks, 6 parts is perfect. Things like that. But they found especially later on, they found a pretty sweet spot with 4 episodes. They would write the plot that would fill a 6-parter, but they wouldn't put in any fluff. They may not have time for everything you wanted, but they definitely were not padding anything out. Mm-hmm. But when they make these little 3-parters, man, it just feels like there's so much missing there,
Yes.
And that's bad in this one, and
But
really
I'll have
bad in
to
Ghostlight.
I'm glad it was only 3 episodes. In fact, if it could have been 0 episodes, that would have been perfect. Do we have any Doctor Who news this week? Oh, we have channel news. We got a comment. Unstructured. We got our criticism.
Hey, that's okay. We can take criticism. Yeah, somebody on not YouTube, Rumble.
Looking at you, Rumble.
Somebody on Rumble was like, "Seems like y'all were completely unprepared. This went everywhere." And I responded, "Yeah, that's the whole point of it. That's kind of the charm."
Have you seen the drunk Doctor Who podcast?
It's like he takes notes. I've got my binder with information, but it's not about the stories. It's all about the notes. Dates. Yeah. Well, you didn't much today.
My notes.
But it's just technical stuff. But generally speaking, it's all off the top of our heads. We don't have a script. We don't generally have a plan. It's just come in here and have fun, and we enjoy it.
So thanks for being here.
Yeah.
For our unstructured podcast.
Okay. Doctor Who news.
Here's the structured part.
Okay. They recently put up that the War Games abridged version in color is being released in the UK fairly soon. We should hopefully get a date for it in the US sometime after that.
So that's where they're making it into like a movie?
Yeah, they're taking the 10 episodes and condensing it down to 70 minutes.
I like that. It's when you take they do that with anime, like Dragon Ball Z. They took it and they just cut out all the intros and the outros and the recaps, and then there's only like 15 minutes of content per episode, and it makes like a 2-hour movie season or something.
Yeah, the bad thing is much like with the Daleks and the Dalek invasion of Earth, you're going to get things cut around. They're going to jump around a bunch.
Yeah.
They're trying to pursue what they call the modern audience, which doesn't have the patience for all of the 10 episodes or 7 episodes or whatever.
Who does?
We do. But yeah, they're trying to get the TikTok generation to go back and look at the classic stuff. To go back and look at the first run of the show. Mm-hmm. And I understand where they're coming with it. Also a little bit of a money grab. Not the world's worst thing to see the older Doctors in color. But they did screw around with the regeneration scene for the second Doctor. Mm-hmm. They showed future Doctors rather than the people they showed on the actual deal.
Oh. Oh.
So you remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
That one's too
It's just
old.
random people.
Right, it's just random people. So that one's too old, and they showed Capaldi. That one's too skinny, and they showed Tennant. Well, that one just won't do it all, and they show Whitaker, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's some controversy because of retconning stuff and screwing with canon a lot. You know
that is weird because I always thought of it as he was picking through the different faces, and those were the doctors that were never to be. Like
Right.
he didn't choose those appearances.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense that they're going through future.
Right. And they put in an actual
appearances.
scene where he regenerates into the Third Doctor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because it was never shown on screen, but they somehow managed to do it. I think they take a deal of him from a different episode where he's sitting in the chair, and they merge it with a scene where Pertwee is sitting in a chair, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In like the same chair, and they managed to make it work. Based off of the modern way with all the stuff that shoots out. You'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think that's it for Doctor Who news.
That's it for questions, for Doctor Who news, for comments.
I had a question. When was the last season that we actually voted on the best of?
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah. We need to catch up. Where are we? What season?
Look at the whiteboard.
Yeah, well, if it's further back than a season. I thought about that today, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't remember the last time we voted on that.
Let's see. Season 23. Terror of the...
Oh, Trial of the Time
Lords.
Lord. Huh?
That's to Colin Baker.
Yeah, did we vote on...
The Two Doctors. Yeah, season 23 it looks like.
Okay, so we haven't done
The
season
Two
23.
Doctors. Season 22 is the Two Doctors.
Yeah.
So we haven't done season 24
I remember that episode.
yet.
Okay, so we haven't done season 23. We haven't done the best of Colin Baker.
No, we did do season 23.
Did we?
Terror of the...
Oh, the Vervoids.
Vervoids.
And then we
that's
voted the Two Doctors as the best of his time, right?
Yes, the Two Doctors was the best of Colin.
So the only one we haven't done is season 24, the first season of this Doctor.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to do that or save it for next time?
17, 20. Next time.
All right. So we do season 24.
Or we can get the whiteboard.
We're currently on season 25. Yeah, sure. What? Shorter
There we
episode because.
This was a short. This was a heroes and villains level. Board stuff. We'll do it next time.
Okay. I'll figure that out. All right. All right. So join us next time for the Silver Nemesis.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Well,
Like the Silver Surfer.
Season 25.
Season 25.
Silver.
Oh, the
Cyberman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also 3 parters.
3 parts.
3 episodes.
So another
Alright.
shorty.
All right. See you later.
Shorty.
This episode was shorter than
Join us next time
shorter
for
than
the-
Danny DeVito.